ChatGerry, Key Data Characteristics in both VMT and TDA models, number 1404, VMT Sharp 735, TDA Sharp 018, October 25, 2025. Gerald C. EclaireMD Foundation. Category, Methodology. Over the past 16 years, I have written 1,404 medical research papers. Among them, 735 are based on my physics and engineering model, known as the Viscoplastic Medicine Theory, VMT, while 18 are developed from Topological Data Analysis. TDA, a mathematical approach that examines geometric shape and connectivity. The remaining 650 papers use other math-physical models built upon the three analytical domains of time, space, and frequency, knowledge I developed during 18 years of graduate level study across 8 disciplines at 7 universities. In this paper, I reflect on key characteristics of the biomedical data that have guided my research across VMT and TDA frameworks. These data come from 16 years of continuous monitoring of biomarkers and lifestyle details, covering fewer than 50 disease types, most related to chronic or metabolic disorders, that account for the majority of human deaths worldwide. Although more than 55,000 diseases are recognized by the World Health Organization, an experienced physician typically handles only about 500 to 1,000. During a lifetime, my medical learning has been independent, driven, not by career pursuit, but by survival. I have devoted about 80,000 hours to my medical research, read more than 10,000 scientific papers, and written over 1,400 research articles. My knowledge may not match the breadth of a trained clinician, but the analytical depth and cross-disciplinary insight from physics, mathematics, engineering, and medicine have enabled me to investigate disease mechanisms with greater depth and clarity at their fundamental level. The VMT model views health as an energy-based system. The term viscoplastic describes how biological systems behave like viscoplastic materials, changing over time. Visco, and unable to return fully to the original state, plastic. In VMT, disease progression and recovery are expressed through energy transfer between strain, the medical condition, and stress, its multiple influencing factors. Each health variable is first normalized against a healthy reference. Data above 1.0 are unhealthy, while those below 1.0 represent healthy states. The VMT software defines stress as the product of each input value, multiplied with the strain change rate over time. These multiple stresses-strain relationships are plotted as multiple curves, whose areas represent viscoplastic energy. The cumulative energy curve, growing from 0% to 100% over time, quantifies how irreversible or stable the system becomes. In contrast, the TDA model studies health as a geometric structure. Instead of energy transfer, it observes the shape of geometry and continuity of data in a multidimensional space. Each time period is represented as a single point, defined by multiple normalized inputs. Principal component analysis, PCA, projects these high-dimensional points into both 2D space and 3D space. PC1 shows the dominant trend of variation, while PC2 and PC3 reveal compensating or opposing behaviors. A 2D PC diagram, PC1 versus PC2, displays the main trajectory of health evolution. A compact, circular cluster means stability and improvement, whereas a scattered or polygonal shape suggests disorder or stress. The 3D scatter diagram extends this visualization into another dimension, helping to detect subtle fluctuations or irregular transitions in system geometry. Multiple radar charts add another layer by comparing multiple variables. Within the same time period, the area enclosed by each radar shape reflects how far the system deviates from the ideal normalized balance. By comparing radar areas across time, we can measure contraction, stability, or expansion, instability, similar in spirit to the cumulative energy evolution seen in VMT, but expressed geometrically rather than energetically. Across both research models, one fundamental rule remains: the strain change rate over time is the single most critical variable. It determines whether a condition improves or worsens, and how quickly. This rate can represent recovery or decline, even life or death, and connects directly to all stressors, including biomarkers and lifestyle factors. My own health data from 2010 to 2025 show a steady downward trend in both biomarker and lifestyle values, moving from unhealthy to healthy levels. Because of this stability, both VMT, energy curves, and TDA geometric shapes display consistent, smooth trajectories. If the data had shown wide fluctuations, the strain change rate would have spiked, and both models would have produced chaotic, inconsistent patterns. This is exactly what happens to many chronic disease patients who lack the required knowledge, persistence, and discipline to maintain stable daily routines. Both VMT and TDA serve as two lenses, one physics or engineering based, and the other mathematics based, offering complementary insights into the same truth. Health is not random, but a dynamic and quantifiable system of time-dependent behavior. Disclaimer: I write this paper not for fame, but to share what I have learned so others can understand their health, prevent disease, and live longer, healthier lives. This content is provided for educational reference only, and does not constitute medical advice. No doctor-patient relationship is created. You may share this summary freely, but it must not be altered, edited, or republished as your own. All intellectual property rights and copyrights for this article, and its related materials belong to the author, Gerald C.